Right. So thank you to those of you who are here and those who are going to watch this afterwards. Um, Meryl and Susan, I have to say, I've done a very quick preparation. I'm giving credit to AI again. Where would we be without AI? It's very interesting, this world that we're living in. And I'm just going to put the share on, Rob. And
Okay.
while I was prepping this, um, it just struck me how long it took me to understand this compensation plan. Uh, and I really think it's just in my opinion, I'm trying to open this thing. There we go. That the business side doesn't really come alive until you get to grips with this whole compensation plan thing. It took me a long time. I don't know how to get rid of this black line at the top. Are you all seeing that black line? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. There we go. Black line's still there. But anyway, um, and I still remember the day at the training when the lights went on for me. Um, it's not, maybe some people get it quicker than others. I took a long time to understand. And I want to just put it in here at the start of this presentation that although I wasn't maybe acknowledging it, I did join the business to make money. Um, and it was enough money to buy enough products for myself and the family. And it then, um, evolved as it does, as most things do in our lives. As we go along, we evolve. And that's why I think it's very important, if I can just remind us all while we're watching this, that our reasons for doing the business will evolve and change as well. Our goals, our dreams, it's a movement, really. Um, so to go into the compensation plan, this is the cover of the book that comes in the pack when people join. And I just took that picture off the back office under resources. The whole thing that I'm going to go through with you very briefly today is on your back office under resources. So now let's just have a look at this thing called the Near Life Compensation Plan. Compensation means to pay you back for what you've done, to compensate. It's designed to reward you for both personal sales and the growth of your network. I'll just go over it again. To reward you for both your personal sales, so what you sell yourself, and the growth of your network. And it operates on a point-based system, primarily using point value or PV and bonus volume to calculate ranks and earnings. So there's a whole mathematical thing going on here, which really stumped me. Susan, it's right up your street. As a as an accountant, you'll get it quickly. Rob, if I can't remember all the things that come with this, please butt in. And please send us questions at the bottom if you want to, or butt in as well. Right, so that's the first thing we have to get to grips with, the point-based system, primarily using PV and BV, bonus volume. Now, I haven't put in any explanation on the bonus volume, but I think everybody understands PV. Every product has a point value attached to it, which is then also linked on the numbers side to all the numbers that are in your price list. So starting off with the price you pay for your product is DP. Then there's an MP price for people who don't want to join but want to get a 10%. And then there's a retail SRP. And also there is this thing called BV. Now, the way I look at the BV is that Nearlife is in over 50 countries in the world. And every country has the same bonus volume, or sometimes they call it the business volume. It's like a currency for Neolife. And I mean, I'm not terribly mathematical, as you know, but that makes sense to me. So it means that if the price we pay here will be very much generated by the exchange rates, etc. But there's a consistent price around the whole world, which is where your bonus is going to be paid off, or your compensation, or your commission, and it's called BV. Okay. Now you can phone or challenge or any questions at any time, please. The key terms then are the point value. I've been through that already. The bonus, the monetary, the BV I've been through, value assigned to a product used to calculate your actual bonus payment. This was also when we talk about BV, so important for me because I was trying to understand how I was getting this bonus. Then personal PPV is your personal PV, points from your own orders and your retail customers. Anything that you do in your own name, all right? And then your qualified PV would be your personal PV, everything you've done yourself, and the PV of all the distributors in your downline until the next qualified director. And it cuts off there. And that's another discussion for another time. So the path to the top, Neolife ranks as of 2026, the primary ranks and their basic requirements are, number 1 is distributor. Requirement, register and pay the annual fee. So you pay for your kit, which is anything from 950 to just over 2,000 Rand for the variety of kits available. And then on your birthday, you get a message from the company, you need to pay 160. And if you don't pay that, you've given a 3-month to the day extension period. And if you don't pay it within that time, you lose your status and you have to start again. If once anybody has got any downline, I say to them, you bust your gut to pay that 160. Don't let it go because you lose your team if you don't pay it. And the key benefit for anybody at this level is the 20% saving. And that was what I joined for, was to get that price, cheaper price for the products. The next rank up is called manager. The requirement is to do 500 points in 1 month plus, or including, shouldn't have a plus, but including your 100-point PV, personal PV. So you could do the 500 in your own name, but the most important thing, if you've got a downline going and they've done 500 and you haven't done your 500, then you don't get it. You have to do, for every qualification, your personal 100. And it doesn't matter if you're a 5 diamond or whether you have just begun the business. Every single distributor has to do that minimum of 100. You then earn a sales volume in the vicinity of 5%. And that would be, I guess, somewhere between around about 300 to 400 Rand. The next rank is senior manager. The requirement is 1,000 qualified points in a month, which must include your 100 your own personal 100 points. And now we start talking, because now your 300 to 400 Rand starts becoming 700 to 800, 900 Rand. You earn a 10% sales volume bonus from the company. This, of course, excludes any sort of profit. You are managing the profit for yourself. All right. Then the next one is what we call executive senior manager. And we do have an executive senior manager in our team. And so I can tell you very, very, I saw the bonus that the person got. So this is going to be an accurate reflection that I'm going to give you for what a 2,000 qualified bonus with the 100 points comes to 2,000 points from the team. In the team, you earn a 20% sales volume bonus, and this person earned over 5,000 Rand for 2,000. It could be more for some people, because it could go up to more than 2,000, but it was 2,000 plus, and the person earned quite a bit more than 5,000. Well, I mean, there are people in this country who are not earning 5,000, 6,000 rand a month. I mean, could it make a difference? 5 to 6,000? 5 times 12 is what's 5 to
60.
12, 60,000 rand. That's a that's a payment on a car every month for someone. That's a holiday. That's it's a huge benefit for a side hustle. Then the big one, and I put it in red deliberately because I want everybody to understand that this is where it all begins. And the requirement now, this was actually good for me to have done this morning to get my head, remind myself of all the requirements. To become a director, you have to do 4,000 points in your final month, but you have a 6-month period in order to accumulate a 10,000. So over 6 months, you've got to do 10,000 points in your final month. By the end of the 6 months, the total has to come to, 10,000 points. And you have to end on 4,000. So that's why people who are on the fast start are getting there in less than 6 months. First month, 1,000, add up with me. Second month, 2,000, that makes 3,000. Third month, they're doing 2.5 to 3,000. So from 3, you got 6,000. And in 4 months, fourth month, you do your 4,000 points, and you've got 10,000 accumulated. In 4 months, it is possible, and there are people doing it all the time. That is the reality, that there are people who are out there because they are so hungry, in my opinion. They are so hungry to earn the money that comes at 4,000. And 4,000 points is going to give you the maximum sales volume bonus of 25%. And it's in the vicinity of 15,000 rand plus a month. My goodness, can you imagine if you haven't got that sort of money coming in, and suddenly you see a way to make it happen? And then the leadership development bonus, Rob, you might come in just now on that, is you now start qualifying for extra bonuses that will come in with your, if you do what is required at director level. And so on top of your little 15,000, you have the possibility of earning more and more and more and more. The third one is Emerald Director. And once you become a qualified director and you do it in 3 months, your requirement is to, then you become what is called an Emerald Director. And there are other bonuses for you at this stage if you do the requirements. You lose your Emerald Director if you drop below. You can drop 1. Oh no, if you drop out after 3 months, you lose it. Then you have to redo it for 3 months in a row. Let me repeat that. To become a qualified Emerald Director, you have to do 3 consecutive months of 4,000 points. Once you are an Emerald Director, you can maintain it by doing your 4,000 every month. The moment you drop below that every month, you have to redo it. Okay. Now, see what this one does. I don't know how to get rid of this black thing at the top. I don't know if you're seeing it. Are you seeing the black
No,
thing?
I've not seen it.
Okay, I'm taking it away now. All right. Oh, I found out how to get rid of it. So now, let me just go back one again because I think I've mixed these slides up a little bit. Let me go back. Sorry, just hold on a second while I go back here and I can see my arrows. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Let's go back. All right. Let me go here, Emerald. Wait. All right. Ways to earn. Neolife provides multiple streams of income that increase as you climb the ladder. There's the sales profit, the difference between a wholesale distributor price and the suggested retail price. Now, yesterday, I delivered to a distributor who works very close to my school, and I dropped off with her 2 bottles of aloe vera for a customer. I do this to help people every now and then, so that she doesn't have to spend money on paying for delivery. And I worked out with her, just on 2 bottles of aloe, her profit was over 100 Rand. Now, I mean, if you're not earning much, just think about that. She was delighted to see that she got an extra 100 Rand. Imagine now if she had done 6 bottles of aloe, she would be earning more than 300, and on and on and on and on, because as your points go up, so does your bonus. So a monthly bonus is based on your total qualifying PV. The percentage starts at 5 and scales up to 25 once you hit director. The leadership development bonus, once you become a director, you can earn additional bonuses on the volume of your qualified directors in your downline, up to 3 levels deep. And then the network developing bonus, this is reserved for the president's team and offers a percentage of the volume of your entire organization. So if you have an organization, as somebody in this team used to have, of 25,000 people, you can understand why he was driving a car that spoke to him. So the bigger your team becomes, the bigger your bonus becomes, theoretically. And then this one is, for me, is what's driving me at the moment. I am absolutely determined, and I want you to know this, that I am wanting to start taking advantage of the Neolife travel incentives. Sorry, I'm fiddling around a bit here. I want to just go back again. And that is special bonuses like the 3 and 30, sponsoring 3 a month, the fast start. And then there are very special ones that come up for travel as well. But you have to do the work if you want to benefit from them. I'm just going to go back to this one here. The eligibility for high level travel and consistency bonuses. Will team develop 1 or more director legs? So this includes Sapphire and Ruby levels, focuses on leadership. So I have to understand, sometimes I've had conversations with people about how unfair it seems that people at the top levels are earning such big amount of money. Hang on. They've done the leadership. And that's why we have to focus so strongly on our personal development, so leadership skills, to get a team up and running. So the president's team developed multiple diamond director legs, and then you have the network development bonus on the entire network. I think we should never lose sight of the possibilities of getting to the top levels of this business. Now, once you have achieved a status, to maintain your status, you have to remain an active distributor and qualify for bonuses. You generally need to maintain your 100 points. And in some countries, and even here in South Africa, you can set up an auto ship, I believe, where your 100 points comes through automatically. I suppose if you are traveling out the country and you need to make sure that you've got your 100 points in, you can do that, or you can now do it from anywhere in the world, actually, as long as you've got a phone or a computer with you. Now, this beautiful chart was put together by our beloved friend and sponsor, Andre. May she rest in peace. And she just saw the picture and she put it into steps. So this one is very useful to have copies of it and printed, so that you can have it in a little file, I suggest. I have a file that I carry with me if I'm going to go and show somebody the business. So for you, son, this is a very, very important one, because I know that you're getting ready to start talking to people. And then you have a couple of copies and you can give them out to people. Is a very, very useful thing to show them. They must understand that they start distributor, and we could actually put in there the points. They need to do their own 100 points, and then going up to your fully qualified director, and then fully qualified director with 1 other director gets you into world team, and that gets you to Egypt this year. Too late for this year, but next year, come on, let's go, some of us. And then the presidents, the big leaders, They are building other directors around them. So this month the incentive is on getting to be a qualified manager, which is the 500. So we need to actually change that manager one, Rob. That's incorrect. It should be 500 at points for manager, and we will correct that before we send it out to you. So I just thought to finish it off, here are the incentives. They are on the back office. The fast start, which I alluded to, spoke to a little bit, is to get to executive manager and from then onward to director as quickly as possible. And the company is giving out extra money as people do that who are new in the business. So each one of us in the coming month of March should be focusing on getting at least one new person and then working with them to show them how to do this. Even if they're not getting it, just do it with them, show it to them. Because in my mind, it helps you and me, each one of us, to consolidate what it means for ourselves. And then the 3 and 30, if we can all focus in the month of March on getting at least one and then hopefully getting your 3, you get some free credits. And I got a free credit last month and I've got an accumulation there now. So I'm going to be buying myself some lovely skincare soon from my free credits. You're getting back for your effort in so many ways, apart from what it does to your bonus. And then this quarter of January, February, and March, Rory and Nola are giving out 1,000 Rand for each of these. So if you sponsor one person between now and month end on Monday, midnight, you'll get a ticket. If you qualify for any of these, a manager, senior manager, emerald manager, you would get another ticket. And if you take your next step, you will also get a ticket, which means that already in our team, I haven't counted them all up, but there are a number of people who are in the lucky draw for 1,000 Rand. And then this is not very clear to read, but there are the manager school events. So you've got till midnight or by midnight, you have to have done your 100 points. And by the close of month end, after midnight, there is still time between you and your team to have done 500 points. You will be invited for a meeting and a lunch. Lesotho, Port Elizabeth, Namibia, Johannesburg, 14th of March, Cape Town, Durban, and Botswana. But for these ones, you have to qualify. So, Susan, put it in your mind that the next one, this is for these 3 months. There'll be another one coming in 3 months' time. So I couldn't see if there were any questions. But it is interesting that there's so few of us here today for what I consider to be probably one of the most important, if not the most important aspect to this business, to understand what is required in order to climb that ladder, and to see, when people aren't understanding why they're not earning the money, you've got to climb that ladder. And that's where we need to do our personal development. So I'm going to turn recording off, please, Rob. Thank you for coming, everyone.